So today in the shop, we met with Joe Padula. He brought over the part of the fairing that was damaged on the little accident that he had in his garage. Nobody got hurt, of course, hopefully. And I evaluated the part. I put it on our schedule of parts to work on in the very upcoming few weeks. Shared some good information that Turbo Steve has discovered about the Wind Slayer. We had a pretty eclectic day. And the day ended with having a part in the shop, ready to start the repair in the next couple of days. So today, we did have a little snow overnight. I guess that means we're not going to ride today. You never know. You never know what's coming in. I always like to have every day different than the day before. Well, that's proven to be pretty easy to do lately. Anyway, Joe Padula's coming down sometime today. We haven't set a time yet. He's coming down with some Ducati parts to work on, and we've got some maintenance to do here in the garage, among other things, and we're just going to have to deal with whatever comes our way today. Now, I had a big part of my life when I worked for Ford Motor Company for almost 20 years. I had every day was pretty much the same as the day before, and I hated it. Now I'm retired, and every day is different, and I like it a lot better. Now, just to mention some of the things we learned for the last, I don't know how many weeks. We've been using the Wind Slayer. I have now gotten Wind Slayer footage from each one of the bikes in the collection, at least some anyway. I've looked at it carefully, and this morning Turbo Steve shared a video that he did down by the Hudson River with his bike, which is aerodynamic, and the Wind Slayer made a great difference on his. But there's only one slight difference between his and mine. Mine is a Hero 3. I think his is a more modern one, and I don't know if that makes a difference. But he certainly made some really good progress on it. I don't know what progress we've made, but I have learned for sure in the real world, bikes like the MT-09, the RD, and the GS with no fairing they physically make a lot more wind noise. Bikes with louder mufflers, it doesn't matter what the wind noise is because the muffler overrides that. So I don't know, and he told me Pete has some kind of an electronic thing that the helmet is, the microphone's inside the helmet. I haven't tried anything like that yet, but the point is we're sharing information. Hopefully by the time the riding season comes, we'll all have better video to share. Now I noticed one thing on Turbo Steve's little video, and I already shared that with everybody, and I don't have a helmet mount, a camera mount on my helmet, but he mounted his right to the front here. And I'm wondering, maybe somewhere in the future I'll try to simulate what he has, see if that wind noise is any better. I don't know. Now, I never liked the helmet because my head, I guess I have a weak neck. This is what happens when I shoot video from a helmet. Makes me dizzy. So I'll talk to Turbo Steve about it. And again, the good thing is everybody in our circle of friends is very generous sharing the information. And I'm waiting for a day I can link up with Luciano if he gets his H1, all the blue parts that we just did for his Evil Twin project, get them on board. I know I'd like to do a really nice photo shoot of that, get some nice pictures for my computer. And I've been trying to share the photos at the end of these videos when possible, when it's practical. Some videos that remind us of, I guess, when years ago we were all younger, Perkins was open, there was no COVID. The world has changed kind of quickly, and looking back at those memories, priceless. I also been keeping track of these lithium-ion batteries, how long it takes when I plug the charger in the morning, and on a day it's definitely below freezing. It's probably less than 5 minutes, and then I can just move the charger over to the next bike. And with some of the old-fashioned batteries, boy, sometimes it'd take overnight to bring them back up to full charge. So, because I do like to ride in the winter, that's an important thing, that I keep all these bikes ready to go. Important to me, anyway. That's pretty funny. Yesterday, we were on our way back from the dentist, and we had a couple of snowflakes. No snow in the forecast. Wake up this morning, we got a sprinkling of snow. And I'm not sure how this day is going to play out. We'll take it one molecule at a time, that's for sure. Yeah, just enough snow that no point even thinking about riding today. Who knew? Boy, every day's a surprise. Just enough to make you crazy, or if we have to do some painting in this week, I just hope this will melt up, I hope. Ugh. Oh, you got extra bread and extra seeds and everything there today, guys. Oh, you lucky birds. So let's see what's for breakfast. Oh, cake. I don't think Karen agrees.
No, I don't.
Oh my God. So the projects we've been working on the last couple days, they are ready for pickup, and I'm just still waiting to hear from Rip if he's ready to pick that up. And we're ready for, well, whenever we decide to do this. And we got some real good information from Turbo Steve and luck he's been having with the Wind Slayer, some information to share. So life is good on a Ponderosa. So here he is. This is what we came to see. What can we do to make this man happy? Okay, this is a chip. You're down to like that. Chip, 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 chip. Luckily, nothing up here.
Right. I found the decal.
Okay.
Not necessarily on a Ducati dealer site, but I just typed in Ducati decals and it came up.
Now the problem is there's a problem I didn't even anticipate. This is under clear.
Right.
That means this has to be sanded off. You can't get a heat gun under here.
Right.
Impossible. Don't even think about it. It's got to be sanded with a sander, which means that whole area has to be. Oh, actually, it's not going to be a big deal. This repairing it is no big deal.
I was so tempted to try and this should be underneath that.
Yeah, no, you got to take the material off, and plus it's cracked here. You got to reinforce this. There's a lot of stuff that you don't see until it's cracked over here. Okay, but okay. So my evaluation is looking at it from what we talked about on the phone. The best way to do this is strip it. In other words, I was hoping you could put a piece of tape across here and just do this. I don't see any way, knowing that you and I are both from the same I'm too fussy for humanity. For Luciano, we could just put a piece of tape there, but no, I don't think. No, I'm serious. Now, the big trip is going to be this. Repairing this is just a couple days of work. Stripping this, this is a real bear to get this off. Because what happens if you go down too far, you have. But it can be done. But as long as you know you can get that decal.
The first thing you would do is you have to sand through the clear.
Oh yeah.
And then you're sanding through the decal, or
you got to sand the decal off. There's no way to get the decal off without doing it that way. Not that I've ever found, and I've tried paint remover. Yeah, good luck with that. There's worse things in the world than having to do that, though.
Is this fiberglass?
Yeah, that's all e-glass. That's just ordinary e-glass. That's what they made parts out of in this era. And it's brittle as a bitch. It's what they make boats out of. It was cheap. Now they don't use it. They make carbon fiber. But anyway, okay, so turn this over. Let me see the bottom where the heat pad is. Okay, so obviously some of this has to come off.
Right.
Where the repair is. And then I'll...
On here.
Huh?
I just noticed there's something in Sharpie. Save 11.
Did this come from the factory with this? This is...
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is cut a piece of this out where the repair is, heat gun it off if it comes off, and then put it back after the repair.
Right.
That's I'm only looking at it like, how is the right way to do this? Okay, this is cracked down here. No, there's nothing undoable here. The biggest part is finding this red paint. And believe me, no matter who you buy it from, it's not going to really, it's going to match either in sunlight, fluorescent light, or in between, but not all three. Pick where you want it to match. If they do the match with the gun, it usually matches in the showroom. You take it out in the sun, it doesn't match.
Right.
You know, and color. The best choice is Color Right. Pay the price. You know, you only need a pint, so whatever the crazy price they charge you, but it'll be a better match than if you went to a body shop. The thing is, you want to take a lot of pictures because lining up the decal, even when you have the other side, the 8 will be up at the other end. Right. I don't know, but you have the other side off the bike already?
I could have it off the bike.
Oh, okay, or we could take a picture of it anyway. See, what I would normally do is make a pattern. How far is this from here? How far is it from that bolt hole? Make a paper pattern, lay the tape, and then when we go to put the decal. Now, the only part of this that's going to be really a bitch to do is get that decal on.
I may want you to come over here to do it. So if you screw it up.
Listen,
As we found out with Mark Morgan, those decals can fight you every inch of the way.
listen.
Way to stay played out. We got Joe's Ducati part here for his 888 Desmo Duquattro, or however you say that, Desmo Pepperoni. But anyway, as I'm looking at the part, and Joe has already left, I came back out to the garage. It looks like this is going to be easy to take off. I didn't know if that was this insulation blanket, whatever this is. I'm amazed how heavy this part is. Whoa, back in the day when they made fiberglass parts, this is like a boat. Holy mackerel. Compared to all the modern bikes, even the modern Ducatis are probably half the weight of this. But anyway, I have tried to make up a plan, and the plan is I'm not going to even start this today, or maybe not even tomorrow, but I'm going to try to get, and hopefully get it, and we'll put it all on video, get this part taken down to, getting the decals off is going to be a problem. But we'll see what we can do about that. I'm not sure that's going to be as easy as I think. Getting the paint off, Joe is going to, and it's good information to know, Colorite, I think, is the choice of, or he's going to try to get it from Rockwell Ducati. We'll find out. Matching these red paints that have been out in the sun, and I don't know how many years, I don't even know what year this bike is. So that's another issue. This is going to be a labor-intensive job, probably take several weeks. We're going to put every step of it on video for anybody that's interested. I've done this kind of work basically my whole life, so there's no part of this that won't be perfect when we're done, but it'll be a labor of love, that's for sure. So, and before I end the video, I really want to thank the healthcare workers. My God, every time I think of how good you guys have handled this, I'm thankful. I'm very thankful, and I am happy to help out an A-teamer like Joe, and I hope you enjoy the information we're going to put on video. That's something that you can use in the future, or you just like to be entertained. Either way, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Now, we do try to post something up every day. This is a brand new project. It'll be on future videos, and we'll try to cover, of course, every step of the way, because I really know there are some people that have a passion for these old motorcycles and really want to do this work. Now, Joe brought up a very important point in the course of we spent the day together basically, and he brought up the point these parts are totally unavailable, and they were unavailable a year after he bought the bike. So that always makes me wonder how difficult it's going to be. I put the parts away in the shop tonight. We're ready to start that. I wanted to mention one quick thing before we end the video. I have over the past painted a lot of red, yellow. Basically, those are the two colors that are very, very hard to match. Now, I've tried getting paint from various body shops, various friends, suppliers. I tried to mix some of it myself with very limited good results. But the best, if you really are out to get, and I think this is just common knowledge, but I want to repeat it because I know some people will benefit by this. If you really are fussy, like Joe and I are both very fussy about our motorcycles, the best source I found is Colorite. And Colorite usually is a little pricey, but the paint that I've gotten from them, I got probably about 10 times I've bought paint from them, has always been as good a match as I've ever had. And keep in mind, with yellows and reds, they can look totally different. The match can look totally different under different kind of lighting, which I found out the hard way. I painted a bike in a cellar. I painted parts of this bike, in fact, when I had a Ferrari bike. Painted parts down in my cellar on the fluorescent light. It looked like a perfect match. The first day the sun came out, it didn't really match. And I went back and repainted it. It was on me to figure that out. So I thought I'd pass some of that information on. Reds and yellows, the two most difficult I've found. And when I found, and Luciano found this out too, when they do these body shop matches with a camera inside a body shop, yeah, well, I don't know on a car or on a bike you're going to flip and sell or something, but Joe Padula and I are both very, very fussy, as a lot of my friends are. And I know I put my heart and soul into these bikes, and I want it to match. And I want it to match 100%, and we will hopefully get that. So, again, I hope you did enjoy the video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it.